Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a very beautiful evening here in Southeast Asia, to be precise. My dear friend, wherever you are around the globe, this is Salon's blog, and I'm excited to come your way after the press conference of the coach. Yes, the coach spoke at length. He said many things, and I'm here to deliver few things to you. More especially, I will start right now with the injury news. Later in the day, I will come back and give you every detail of what the coach has said regarding this whole entire squad. But now I will be focusing more on the injury. In my next episode, I'll give you the excerpts from what the coach has to say. Yeah, so right now we are going straight away into the injury update or injury news. Tonight, Chelsea, currently we have 7 players yet still on the injury list. But the good news is Thiago Silva and Marc Cucurrela are out of the injury list finally. Marc Cucurrela is out of the injury list finally. After how many months? Look, that simply means if Malo Gusto is so tired, like we saw in our last game, we have another backup, the same position. He's equally good. Cucurrela was the one mounting that position after when Thiago Silva had the first, Reece James had the first injury. Then he got injured. We now brought in Malo Gusto, and Malo Gusto has taken over. So now that Cucurrela is back and Malo Gusto looks tired, we all saw that in our last game. He looks very, very tired. Fatigue has taken over. He needs to, he needs rest. I'm so excited because we have a backup now for Malo Gusto as well. As for Reece James, even if he should recover now, I would have wished that he will continue to train and get fitter and fitter every day. I will expect him to come back, maybe even next season. I wouldn't have a problem, so that his issue will be put to bed once and for all. Reece James will have to take his time and get himself fully fit, even if it means coming back next season. I have no problem with that. And our coach has even spoken regarding a player like Wesley Fofana. And this is what he has to say regarding Fofana. Yeah. Just a moment. Wesley Fofana. He spoke about Wesley Fofana and his injury. Yes, Mauricio Pochettino says it is difficult to see Wesley Fofana this season, but does not rule him out. Yes, Fofana, for instance, is also injured. I would expect him to be fully fit before coming back. Let them all come back next season and stronger. That is my expectation. I wouldn't like to see them rush back in. Once we have players in those positions that are performing well, let them be fully fit and be ready for games before they come back. Let us not rush them in. Like we saw, Romeo Lavia came in for 32 minutes, then he's gone back. Dear friend, so on the injury front, I'm giving you the update from what the coach said at the press conference on the injury front. Yes. Before I move to some other news, if we have time. Otherwise, I will come back in the next episode for the rest of the things our coach spoke about. All right? Okay. Pochettino on the injuries. He said we need to assess him. Assess who? That is Thiago Silva and Marc Cucurrela. Both, maybe it is possible for them to be involved in the squad. It's good news they can be involved in the squad. He also confirmed Nkuku has a hamstring injury. And I will get to Nkuku's issue in a little while. Yes, Nkuku with a hamstring injury in a little while. All right, quickly, the players that are currently on injury list. The following injury update has been provided ahead of Chelsea's Premier League clash with Brentford at G-Tech Community Stadium. Christopher Nkuku undergoing rehabilitation program. Benoit Badosheli continued to undergo his rehabilitation program. Kanichukwu Emeka continued to undergo his rehabilitation program. Wesley Fofana, like I said earlier on, the coach made it very clear. There's a great possibility that we might not see him this season. Continued to undergo his rehabilitation program as well. Reece James continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Romeo Lavia continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program, and Leslie Ugochukwu continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. These are the players that are on injury now at Chelsea, And you could see clearly they are all undergoing rehabilitation program. They are all undergoing rehabilitation program. The point is, undergoing rehabilitation program means some of them are even might be back on the grass, like we saw with James, both in the gym and on the grass, but not in the team training. They will have to get, first of all, their injury. Some of them that went through surgery must get the injury healed. They must start training for fitness, muscles and every other thing, reconditioning phase and every other thing before they can start partial team training before full team training. Then only they can be match fit. But currently, like we heard, Christopher Nkuku, as it stands right now, the news we are hearing is he sustained a hamstring injury. And that is not a good news to hear as we speak. What happened? When did that happen? Which of the pitches? Was it in the training ground or outside the training ground? How? That is a mystery. Dear friend, well, now that I'm done with my injury list, quickly, yesterday the news broke up again regarding Victor Osimehn. Yes, Mikel Obi, granting an interview in Dubai, stated categorically that the player Victor Osimehn wants to be in Chelsea. But there are some other clubs that are also trying to lure him, like PSG and Manchester United. And Mikel Obi, has been talking to him constantly, trying to convince him to sign for Chelsea. He turned himself into an agent. Just after that, De Laurentiis, that is Napoli president, came up to speak and made some damning information, or gave some damning information that we all, in fact, we've been expecting it to come forth, but we are not expecting that information to come out immediately after Mikel Obi's statement. And this is what De Laurentiis, Napoli president came up with this statement. Chelsea have been told to pay 113 million release clause in full for Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. Yeah. De Laurentiis did not mention Chelsea specifically, but he said some players are meant to stay for long, others are meant to go to some other clubs, referring to Victor Osimhen. And he indicated that anyone who is interested will have to pay the full release clause. Not even a dime will be minus or deducted from it. So Chelsea have been told to pay 113 million pound release clause in full for Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. PSG are fully committed to challenging Chelsea for his signature. Yeah. Brighton's Ivan Ferguson and Brentford Ivan Toney. Brighton's Ivan Ferguson and Brentford Ivan Toney are also admired by Chelsea, according to Nisa Kinzela. Dear friend, so now the ball is in Chelsea's court. You want to go in for Victor Osimhen, we have to pay the full 113 million pound release clause, according to Napoli president. Then we can have him in the summer. No minuses, not even a dime, not even a cent. Or we go in for Ivan Ferguson or Brentford Ivan Toney, which are also being admired by Chelsea. Dear friend, that is what I have for you right now for your lunch. I shall be back with more exclusives later in the evening before you go to bed. I have them ready. Let me leave you here. I shall be back in the next one. See you when you see me, dear friend. Shalom and peace.